trashy Morgan Wallen country music while the kids play in the backyard. That gets me hard every day of the week.
That has to be a soundbite. That might be one of the. I don't even know what to say about. I haven't gone back to one of our podcasts in years, and I will go back and listen to think of this just because that little soundbite.
Welcome to episode 211 of the Still Different Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason, on the move tonight. You've already heard him. We've got Dan King.
I don't even know.
We've got Hayes.
Wait a second. Also, clutch performance to Mason. Mason senses there's something coming, clicks live, and he pops on with that. The internet never forgets.
The internet never forgets. I was just a little too late on that one. I wish we would have gotten the whole quote, but man, what a perfect time to jump in. Like right when we went live. Oh, that reminds me of the olden days when I would have to cut out literally 40 to 50% of our podcast just to post it.
All right. So speaking of that, let me say this. So I'm some friends of mine from college wanted to do a podcast. So I've kind of become the Mason of it so far. I hope I don't maintain that title. But it was our first episode. We recorded it on was that Monday night? It was Monday night. And I'm so used to this where I'm filtering and I don't want to have to go back and edit, and I don't want to say something that you go back and listen, y'all. I don't need any help like saying stupid stuff that I regret, and it's all. But we don't ever edit it out anymore. But that's where my head was so accustomed, and they weren't, and so I was like, I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to listen to this again, and I don't want to listen to it. And they were like, well, I need you to take this out, and I'm like, y'all, this is the only time I'm doing that. This is the only time I'm gonna edit.
Is it with the car wash guy?
No,
he
wasn't in front of me. He's further back than college.
Gotcha.
The car wash guy. No, but it was funny, but nonetheless, I was like, y'all, this is the only. So from here on, there's no.
They got to learn to filter.
If you regret saying something, I'm sorry. I'm not taking it out. If you want to do it, that means you're going to edit it, but I'm not doing it.
So do you guys do
welcome Dad.
just YouTube?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I tried to call you and get some info because I don't know some answers to the questions I'm being asked.
Oh, that's why you called.
Okay.
I
was
tried to call you back.
I was on it. I was like, hey, it's fine.
Sorry about that.
It's not your fault. It's not a big deal at all.
Okay.
All right. So anyway.
Yeah.
Dan!
Anyways, welcome back, Dan. I'm glad you got your camera angle fixed. And you guys should have been on pre-pod. Dan looked like he was 300 pounds. Yeah, Dan will never be 300 pounds. But the fisheye lens for sure.
It was awesome. It was just me, my 300-pound life. I didn't really start at 75 hard. I just went straight dirty bulk and just went like pizza pies, chocolate chip cookies.
Man, let's be honest. Here's a truth serum, Hayes. We're gonna be jealous. Dan, what's the heaviest you've ever weighed in your life?
185.
Oh Lord. I was 185. I was 16 or 17.
I've been like between 175 and 180 for the last probably 2 years.
Here's another jealousy question from Hayes and I. When's the last time you couldn't see a six-pack on your body?
You can't right now. Cannot.
Okay.
No whatever.
I don't believe you.
Take your shirt off.
I've already done other things I shouldn't have done already tonight.
Mason, you got to be close to a sixer. You're not close?
Let me
Oh, I
check.
think
Take
you
your,
are,
take your
man.
shirt off.
You gotta
No, no, for sure.
be. You've been shredding
I'm not.
bars.
I'm not rocking like the full keg anymore,
Hmm.
but definitely not a 6-pack. I've been working, but still can't see. I got the 1-pack going on still.
Yeah, I
Full
got a
1-pack.
This is the best my stomach's looked since I was in my 20s. I'll say that.
I love that.
This is best mine's looked at least before kids, probably before that too.
Yes, sir.
Let's say this too. So Mason ended. We've been talking about 75 hard, so everybody, who cares? Okay. So Mason ended, and he's breaking his alcohol streak right now. He's
Yep.
doing
Right
as
now,
we speak.
first drink of the year was tonight. So yeah, we're here.
And then Dan, who was supposed to be, just confessed that turns out he wasn't even doing 75 hard the whole time.
He told me he did it for
I
4
appreciate
days.
it. 4 days. Yeah, appreciate your honesty.
I went pretty hard in the paint on Marco
For 4
Polo,
days?
and then everybody fell off, and
Mhm.
then I wasn't getting any responses, and then lack of.
I was trying to go on 70 on Marco Polo, but nobody else was.
When
No, I
I
believe you.
well, since it's the whatever second or third time I've done it, like once I get in the zone, I don't need. It's like I'm just doing
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
that's what happened is that I just did it, and
Yeah.
I'm still doing it, but you know what I'm saying. And so I just get in my own little world, and
It's
and
a
that's
good
what
world to
happens.
be in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel you on that one.
One of the things that Dan was saying right before the podcast was, about Weller 107. I'm so jealous you saying that because I remember loving 107 when
I just think about you every time, and I think, man, that's so sad. Like, we need to get like wheat allergy shots or something into this man, like fix his body.
sucks. It's just not worth it. And then you add my age and how it impacts me. It
Is
just
Weller
I'm never
107
gonna-
the red one?
Yeah.
That one did
and
not
the
agree with me.
foolproof. Oh man, the foolproof. Oh mama.
So
Oh.
I'll tell this one story, and then we'll stop talking about alcohol. But I saw on the message boards on the interwebs in December that a store in Lebanon was releasing a store pick of the Weller Foolproof, and it was $62. And I called my mom and I said, "Are you going to Lebanon today?" And she said, "No, I'm not." And I was like, "Well, what are you doing right now?" And she was like, "Well, I'm working around the house. I mean, currently I'm brushing my teeth." She was like literally brushing her teeth. And I was like, "Well, do you want to go to Lebanon today?" And she was like, I was like, it's a Christmas gift for myself, from you to me, and that could be your Christmas gift." And she was like, "Yeah, I'll go to Lebanon." So she ended up going to Lebanon and getting a foolproof
No
for me.
crap.
Yeah, which is
Wow.
awesome. So it was like a
Wow.
middle of the day
For
on,
$60?
Tuesday. Yeah, for $60 on a
Bro.
Tuesday afternoon. So my
Nice.
dad comes, they come down that like coming weekend for something. And my dad hands me this. He says, "Son," his dad doesn't understand obviously the bourbon game, and that's just not his world. He's
Yeah,
happy
he's
with
more of a Sam Adams guy, right?
yeah, give Pops a Sam Adams, give him like something easy breezy, nothing crazy. And he goes, "Son, no, I think this is 114 proof. You need to sell this and destroy someone else's liver." He was like, "This is
Wow.
gonna
That sounds
kill
just
you
like your dad.
immediately. You're gonna be dead before you even take a sip of this." My dad, I
That's
think I'll be all
so
right.
much like Ricky.
And he found out
Oh,
how much, he found out they can go for 300-400 bucks, and he was like, "Sell it, make that money, make the money." I was like, "Dad, it's technically illegal to sell alcohol, not in an alcohol store. Like, I can't just like sell alcohol." And he was like, "I would do it. I wouldn't burn my liver up for that. I wouldn't take a chance."
Oh, Ricky. That's
So
so good.
anyways,
What a
I
guy,
gave him
man.
What
at
a guy.
one point, it might have been the same trip. I gave him like a taste of an Elijah Craig. and it was pretty robust. It was like 122 proof. And he goes, are you trying to kill me on the spot? He was out in the driveway. He was bent over. I'm gonna need some water, Paula. I'm gonna need some water. It was awesome. Anyway,
I think I've got a bad internet connection, but we're gonna keep going anyways. That was fantastic. Sorry, you said it was last alcohol mention, but I was gonna send him a text, but not a huge bourbon guy. I think he enjoys more tequila than bourbon, but I'm not sure. But guy I'm in go to church with, very friendly with. I don't know if he's in our small group or not. We're like going through the middle of like different small groups right now. But anyways, he won a Total Wine raffle for Pappy. I think it was 23.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he got it for like 130 or something. He said he told me on Sunday, he was like, I had to text a friend to just like, hey, I'm supposed to buy this, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, you can sell that for like at least a $600, $700 profit. Probably more, right? I don't know. I'm not up to date on my
a 23. You can sell a 23 for like $2K.
Yeah, he bought it. And
Holy crap.
yeah, I was like, yeah, just sit on that for just a little bit. You can definitely find a Facebook group for that one.
Have you ever papped it, Dan? Have you pappied before?
This year's the year.
I mean, have you had it before?
I've not.
Even
no.
I had it one time, and you know what? It's just okay.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. I've heard that from a lot of people. Actually,
it's the hype and the rarity, and like you want it to be. It's not what you're building it up to be in your head. Like you're just as good having some Knob Creek 12-year. Or
yeah, it's better than this Jack Daniels.
Yeah, you're cheaping it, but yeah, whatever. It's definitely not worth the price.
It's
it'll be just fine.
I've totally come to the conclusion that it is way more fun to chase the rare bottles, but try to only find them as close to MSRP as possible, which just involves lots of time and dedication and going to the hood. And yeah, it is what it is.
It's easier said than done where you
are. Yeah, I miss out on more than I don't miss out on, because it's like, I walk in, I see a Jack 14 came out last week, and it's like $750, and it's like, I'm not going to do that.
No.
But if it was 175, I would look at 175, because MSRP is 150, but no one was selling it for 150, 175. Anyways,
those liquor stores, man, SMH,
they get you. And then the other alternative isn't good either. Like the Alabama, where you stand in line and you wait for your quarterly drop, and then you just hope that you get a bottle. It's like, I don't think I'd want to do that either. Spend my entire Saturday morning doing that.
Agreed. We want those. Shout out to those liquor stores, and we need to develop a list that just like puts it on the shelf, like in the back row, and you just got to search for it.
Yeah. Hey, we put some stuff out today. Just posted on the Instagram. It's out there.
Just like, hey, there's one rare bottle in our, like, we need like a code word. Like if you're in, the code word. When they post the code word, you go and you just search. And that's what we need. We need one of the, maybe we should open a liquor store. It's got to be profitable.
I think so. I think from a biblical perspective, I might have a hard time selling something that people are actively addicted to. And
plus, you got to get into the cigarette game and the THC game at this point. Like that's how that works. It's like,
and you get into ayahuasca, and it goes down.
One thing. This is just, I've done zero research, but I've just been confused when I do walk into a liquor store. Are THC beers? How is that legal? 1, 2, are we getting high, or is this like a not high thing? How can you just now openly sell this in the state of Tennessee at a liquor store? I just
I'm
don't understand any of that.
I agree with all of those questions. I think you're talking to the wrong people. I think
100%.
you're
We
asking
need
the
to have
wrong
Urban
people.
Mike on. Maybe.
Fair.
I bet you we asked Mike. Mike needs to come on.
I'm not going to say you guys know who this person is, but when I graduated from college, and if this person listens, he might listen to this podcast. He would know who he is. But this guy's dad, we went out to dinner on his graduation day, and his dad told us that we needed to start growing marijuana plants because by the time that it's legalized, we'll already have a good setup. He's 100% serious. And this guy's now wife said, "Oh no, he's told us this before. Like he's like this is a thing. Like he says this a lot." he had his own, I think, I don't know what, I guess it was like a THC shop. A
Interesting.
hemp
Somebody
shop.
we know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you after the pod. You will be
I
like,
have a very strong inkling of who I
Okay.
think this might be.
initials? You got
Gee.
initials?
Initials.
Start with a J?
No.
Mm. Maybe I don't then.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking JK. No?
JK.
No, never mind then.
Mm-mm.
Somebody you went to college with or somebody that high school?
Somebody that I went to college with, but I'll give you their initials in the private chat. Anyways, so that's
really?
little.
Okay, that does not surprise me. That's I
Do you
did
know his
that now
dad?
that you're saying that. Yes,
Okay.
correct. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's an entrepreneur. Very much an entrepreneur. Street
Entrepreneur,
hustler.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyways,
Hayes, last
Checks out.
story. This is now last story on the alcohol side, and then we need to do something that's much more family friendly and encouraging to life and other things.
amen.
I walked into a store that I knew had outrageous pricing. This would have been between Christmas and New Year's. And I mean, outrageous pricing to this extent that, $40 Eagle Rare that you can find pretty regularly in Memphis for 40 to 45 is like 100. Special reserve green label is 80, 90, $100. So I wasn't expecting to find anything, just going because I was passing the store. I walked down the aisle and I look to my right, and there's just a bottle of Elmer tea just sitting on the regular shelf, and then there's just 5 of them behind, and they're $49.99. So I went back to the front of the store, and I grabbed a little rolly shopping cart, and I brought it back, and I put all 5 bottles of Elmer tea in the shopping cart and took it to the front. And the lady said, "Wow, you must really like this." And I was like, yes, this is I do. This is great." And I've used it for trading since, just to get bigger and better bottles. And it was a fantastic come
Good
up.
deal.
They had no idea what they had, which was great. So
Dan, have you ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
I've been recommended this a lot. I've not read it though.
It's required
man.
reading at the place I work, by the way.
Really? You've read it, Hayes?
Mhm.
I really feel like, Dan, that you like in the book it talks about inventing money or like making money out of thin air. I feel like you do that. You just like, oh yeah, there was these Traegers on sale at Kroger, so I just bought 2 of them and I sold the other one and paid for mine. Like
You have an
every time-
uncanny ability to. You have an uncanny.
Yep.
It's not. You have an uncanny karma
Yeah, that's fair.
towards things like
Yes. Yes.
that.
I walked
last
in.
thing-
I walked into Ross 2 days ago, and I found an Edmonton Oilers. What's his name? Best hockey player that is alive right now.
Ovechkin.
No.
And he's
Not the
lying.
oldest one.
He's about to break the all-time scoring record. He's not the
I know
oldest.
who you're talking about. It's not Jack
Connor
Eichel.
McDavid.
Connor
McDavid.
McDavid.
Yeah,
Connor
there we
McDavid.
go.
I found an authentic stitched Connor McDavid Edmonton Oilers jersey. It's like $20. And I was like, oh, this kind of looks nice. I was like, we'll just throw this up on the interwebs. Threw it up for 120. Guy in Germany bought it today. I was like, sweet. That's great.
You have way better luck than I do.
The
I bought a
craziest thing.
Hockey Fights Cancer Islanders jersey. The thing's still sitting. It's the cheapest one on eBay. I checked the completed sales before I bought it. See, I don't have it. I don't have the eBay gene, man.
One other thing, this is not a humble brag. It's going to sound like a humble brag, but I have a brother-in-law who's like, who's like, I want to get into this, and I'm like, he's like, I want to come with you one day and look with you, and I'm like, I mean, you can, but the likelihood that we'll find something when you're there is like zero, and I'm just gonna like zero in on stuff that I'm like, we're gonna go here and look for this and look for this, and I'll be like, ooh, this is nice. It's gonna take years for me to train you.
Dan just has this like innate sense.
Yeah,
I'm convinced.
he is just he is just a hustler.
Yeah, if you want to discourage him, just tell him to talk to me. Because I'm like, yeah, no, screw that. Like, don't do it. I still do it. I'm still addicted to it. But man, and part of the reason is like, I'd say 75% of my stuff is not even on eBay because I just let it expire and I didn't redo it. And so that's on me.
That.
It takes some commitment, but you really do have like innate ability to find the right things. I don't know how you remember everything. Like, I wouldn't even know how much I'm out, but I'll drink some ice melt. Yeah, it is very. I mean, you deserve the right to humble brag, Dan. So
I agree. I agree with you.
All praises to the Lord. Amen. Sam
Right,
thinks
so-
I have minor like like autism. Sam's like, I think you have autism, and I'm like, if I have autism, this is the best form of autism to have.
Gosh. There's another quote.
Oh man. Well,
All
I
right,
guess
here,
with
I
that,
gotta-
let's
Hey,
jump
wait, I
inside
got
the
a
pod.
segue.
Oh,
Wait, I got a segue.
Okay.
Segue. Dan, did you know Mason broke his Nike streak
I did.
I did
a week ago?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So,
I heard.
I
I
guess-
heard about that.
I guess Mason, I'm a little bit disappointed that you're 78 days dry, and what you choose to break your streak with is that bad Jack. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you go like top shelf, bruh? Or crazy,
So
something dope.
So I was cooking dinner. I don't normally cook dinner. My wife is an amazing cook. But I was cooking dinner and I was like, today's been a day. So right now, the guy below me on our team, not below me sounds terrible, but the newest person on our team has been on PTO. So I've been doing 2 jobs this week. And I was like, while I'm cooking dinner, I just want to drink. I don't need it. I will say, let's not say that because I did go 80 days without it. So I didn't need it, but I was like, I want to drink. And so my go-to is I'm a cheapo. And so I get Jack, complimentary Jack. So I did Jack with seltzer water, which is like one of my favorite things to drink. I love seltzer water anyways. So that's where it started. And then I got enough where it was like, I'm not really tasting this for taste anymore. And so that's why I kept going. So there's my origin story on tonight's drinking escapade.
Got it.
Mason, to
All
be
right.
honest, I've never heard of anyone mix Jack with seltzer water.
Yeah, that's new for me too.
I've never
Really?
heard that. No, I've
I mean,
not.
it can't be that much different. It's just water. I guess it'd be just watered down. It's not like a Jack and Coke. It's just
No.
Right. So
the
yeah.
sensation.
So the way you get there is you're Jack and Coke. That's like first. Obviously, that's everybody's first.
Yes.
And I started like I dropped Coke for a while, and the only time I would drink Coke was with Jack and Coke. And then somebody turned me on to ginger ale. So I was on the Jack and ginger ale for a long time. Really liked it.
How's that different from
And-
Moscow Mule? Isn't that knocking on the door with that? It's ginger beer. Not
Moscow Mule is gin, right?
Vod.
Can't remember.
Is it vodka? I'm not a big
I don't know.
big vodka guy. Like
I can't remember.
Who knows?
Part
I
of
just know
version
you
of
have a
vodka.
copper cup and you drink it out of a
Yeah.
copper cup.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, and then so from ginger ale, still a lot of sugar went to seltzer water. So lime seltzer water, specifically the Aldi brand,
Mm-hmm.
and Jack. Excellent.
Water per.
Excellent.
Yes.
So you still get
Love it.
hydrated with the
Mhm.
seltzer water,
Mm-hmm.
and then you top the Jack off. So
It's healthy. That's right.
yeah,
Deal.
exactly. Huberman would love it, man. Huberman would love it. Anyways, I've had too much tonight, so sorry this podcast is off the rails. I have no inclination to get it back on the rails at any time, but
That's
We
what
got
should
Dan,
not.
man. It's a special occasion.
it's a
Yeah.
special occasion.
We're having fun.
This is
Are we
basically
ready?
like Bar Mitzvah.
That's my shoe in the box.
I hit that button
Well,
on accident, but
What I said was, might as well be a bar mitzvah. We should just circumcise Dan Weiss here.
I agree. I'm in on that.
All
Okay.
right. Well, starting off the sneaker news, we got. I don't know how to transition. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Joe Freshgoods announcing that he has got his own shoe coming. Here we go. Nope, not what I wanted. All right,
Dan, have you been here since
thought-
we started this format? Where
Yes, I think so.
Oh, dude, this is the best. It's way better. Mason's slides were great, but it just took up so much time and effort, and this is
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Joe Freshgoods. I mean,
Go Fresh Goods.
Are we here for
do we
it?
See do we have a picture of the shoe?
we don't. It's just this. So I've got pictures of all his New Balance shoes. I'll try to zoom in on those for you. So here's his New Balance. I think we'd be excited, right? As a
Yeah.
non fan of New Balance. That is not how you say that sentence. As a I don't know. Sorry.
As somebody who's not a fan of New Balance.
Thank you.
Mason.
I'm
I just have
struggling
tea,
over here.
guys. I'm. This is just straight up tea. Just hot tea.
Yeah, as someone who hates New Balance, to put it bluntly,
Mhm.
I'm really excited for Joe Freshgoods to do his own shoe because I mean, these three bottom ones I don't love, but I generally like the Joe Freshgoods stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like
agree
the
with that.
shoes, but the colorways. I mean, this most
the
recent
only good one is that one. I don't like any of these except that one you're
Really?
pointing at. Yeah, there's
you
terrible.
don't like these down here?
I mean,
think
I guess
I
okay. The
love
gray one's all right.
I
Green.
mean,
love
I think
the-
they're
I like
just
the
kinda,
pink.
middle of the road. I mean, they're not going to
Okay.
be like I
That's what
wouldn't know that
Correct.
they were
Dan.
Joe Freshgoods
Yeah.
if someone's wearing them. I'd just be like, they're wearing a pair of New Balances, but
Yeah.
they're not
Indeed.
bad.
But the brown
Yeah.
ones that you're pointing out, they're really dope.
Yeah, I mean,
Take it or leave it on
yeah.
the rest of them.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, Red October colorway.
Hey, wait a second. The cat. The cat's
Oh, is
climbing
he
up.
climbing? Oh man, this is gonna be. I'm not gonna be able to do this.
See
Is he
it?
still there?
No,
Do it.
too
Do
late.
it again.
It's too late. She's already down. If it happens again, I'll do it. Go ahead. Keep going.
All right. Let me get back to our screen.
Sorry, I couldn't. When a cat climbs up a door, you have to show it.
Is that a rule?
No, that's a shot.
Okay, that's a shot. Yeah, these are like the first ones that he did, I believe. These bottom.
All right, the
three.
green one is the best one of this batch for sure, and
That's fine.
and then the one on the top left.
Yeah, the top left. That's the most recent. Definitely the best. I think I'm excited for a Joe Freshgoods OG sneaker.
Are you
I mean, he's
buying?
making
Is that
this.
what you're
This is
saying?
like this is ground up scratch situation, right? I mean, he is making his own silhouette and his own branded shoe.
I think so. Yeah,
So it's not going to be a New Balance. It's going to be a Joe Freshgoods. Is that what you're saying?
that's what I gleaned from the post.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
gleaned that as
glean,
well.
Dan?
Yeah, I mean, it does say he's making his own shoe. I think he might be
Was
at
that a New Balance?
what?
Is it
Wait,
co-branded? You think?
at Coco Gauff's New Balance Del Rey Community Celebration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was at a New Balance event that he announced this, so maybe it's like a Under Armour Steph Curry deal.
Mm.
I'm not entirely sure. As long as it doesn't have the N, I'm in.
I'll be honest. Was there anyone at this event, or was it just him on a stage? I mean,
That it's so cool. It's so good, Dan. Like pan out. It's like Biden. It's like a Biden conference. It's like 5 people, and they're separated by 6 feet in chairs.
It's like the Thursday edition of College Game Day when there's like 4 students just walking
Yeah.
to class behind it. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
even the people in the background aren't actual people. That is an actual part of the display stage. Like those aren't real people.
Oh my gosh, there are 10 people at that. It's like a
He's
really
got
bad concert.
Shorts and a fur coat on. Is that what that is? Oh man.
He
This is
seems.
fantastic.
I know nothing about Joe Freshgoods, but he just generally seems like one of those like no nonsense. He'd probably curb stomp you in black Air Force Ones, but he's probably super cool if you're like his friend. You know, like don't cross him, but he's probably pretty chill most of the time.
Who
There's
is this
3
over
people
here?
on that stage.
It's a huge
3 people on the
huge
stage, 3
chairs.
people in the crowd.
Amazing. I give
Oh,
this
man.
an interest. Probably not buying right off the bat, but interest.
Yeah. That's fair. Definitely interested. Less interested if it's co-branded with New Balance, but I mean, we all know how I feel about that. So, Hayes, are these models any better?
Scrolling again.
I'm scrolling.
No, I don't like any of these. The 550, I guess, but I mean that's a stretch. These are just crap
That's pretty-
models. Like all of these are.
Yeah.
The basketball sneaker down here looks dead up like a Yeezy, the Yeezy basketball shoe.
I
It
was gonna
also
say it
just
looked like one of those Black History Month Nikes. They used to.
it also just kind of looks like an ankle brace. Like it doesn't
Yeah, it
actually
does.
look like a shoe, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does indeed.
I think
That
his best work is monochromatic.
Yeah. The Kawhi twos. I mean, did they just straight up hijack the Kyrie twos?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that the deal?
Oh
Yeah.
man,
With the
I
curvy
didn't even
bottom.
see that until you said it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is literal. That's the exact
No
same
regard
shoe.
for human life.
That's right.
No regard for copyright laws. No regard for anything.
Disrespect.
I mean, are we at a point in sneakers that so the best one on this page is the one in the very middle. Like you got to be like super simple and add a twist or like do something really crazy but that people are able to wear. Right?
Yeah.
What do you think
I mean,
is the best one, Hayes?
I think it's the 550. I just hate that model where it's got all the. I hate the models that have the sole that looks so. Whatever that is, Nike Shocks like. I just do not like that
Yeah.
model. Any
Okay.
of them look like that. That's why I don't like the bottom left. That's why I don't like the one to the left
like
of the one in the middle.
I like the colorway at the bottom left. not the
Yeah, the
model.
color's cool, but like it's the same
feel
thing.
like
It's like
the one in the middle looks that's like their closest thing to the Vomero, right? I mean, the toe box and all the way
Yeah.
until the heel is like the Vomero identical.
Yeah.
So I
Agreed.
guess that's probably where I like it. But yeah, the 9060, that's one of the worst models in my opinion.
New
Yeah.
Balance just
Gross.
has to feel so good about themselves. I mean, they were literally in the trash can. The only New Balance shoe I saw growing up was the 574, and no one knew it as the
Mhm.
574. It was just like the nerd shoe.
Nerd.
Like,
I'll
just
say
like,
once you got to college though, the 990 like V1 or V2, that was definitely the frat daddy shoe, all gray.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
I mean,
oh yeah. Those
I'm
started
not
to
sure
pop
you were
off.
able to be in a
Mhm.
frat if you didn't have that shoe.
That's right. Daddy's money gotta buy you something. Might as well be the frat shoe.
The frat. Oh, where do we go next? We got 9 Air Max 95s. We got Supreme Nike. We got something that hurt all of our hearts is where we're gonna go next. The Jelly Roll Hey Dudes. I mean, Hayes,
oh man.
Yes.
wax poetic on this, please.
I mean, it's I love Jelly Roll. Let me put it that way. I don't listen to country except for maybe Jelly Roll, and it's horrible. I can't believe he. It's been well documented on this podcast that if you have a chance to get to the bag, you take your chance to get to the bag. But not only is it a terrible shoe overall, it's just a black. It's just black. It's just a black. Hey, dude, it's terrible. There's nothing good about it. Jelly Roll, this is lazy at best, and I know you're getting paid, but it sucks. We got to do better, man.
so
He's even a
not-
sneaker guy. Like that's
Yeah.
why it's so
Mhm.
frustrating. Is like this is a sneaker guy.
Well, to be fair, I'm not defending Jelly Roll. I mean, again, money talks. I would probably, if Haiti rolled up to my house tomorrow and said, "You wear Hey Dudes for the next year, I
Amen.
would give you
I
500,000."
agree.
Interested,
Yeah.
but
100%. I wouldn't blink twice.
I, the Hey Dude silhouette. What can you even do with it? I mean, it's
Yeah.
2 panels of cotton attached to a sole. I don't know what you could do with a
Well,
Hey
and then
Dude.
in this case, it's all black. Like what?
So I
It's-
think
Where are we
uh,
wearing this?
when I listened to the video, it looks like in the black, and you can kind of see it a little bit. There's like his face tattoos are on
Hmm.
it, in the suede. So I guess it's like high suede, low suede type of deal, if that's what even you call it. So maybe it's a different material than normal Hey Dudes. I think Hey Dudes are normally like a canvas or some waterproof. So it's like a suede, and there are like his tattoos. With that said, it's still an all black Hey Dude. So yeah, disappointing. Let's be honest. You could make a Hey Dude dope. Like there's way, like
Could you?
put it. I think so. Like no regard for human life. Like put a Jordan 4 like strap. Like not strap, but you know what I'm saying. Like the thing that Jordan has done with their trainers stuff. Put that on the side. Hey. Like
I think that's a
Hinder
horrible
scheme.
idea, and I think you're absolutely wrong.
No, do the Hinder scheme to a Hey Dude. Just make it a whole Jordan 4 with a Hey Dude on the bottom. That's what Jelly Roll should do. Would I buy it?
He should-
Heck no. Not in a million years. But I feel like Jelly Roll should have tiptoed the line of copyright infringement.
I know
It's
that
also-
you go, Hayes.
Someday we're gonna have him on the podcast, and like the kinds of questions I want to know is how much input did you have into this shoe? How did they get in touch with you? Why that company? Do you feel like that's now? Look, if this is a partnership from the standpoint of the brand, like I wouldn't be shocked if the country fans of Jelly Rolls,
Mm,
probably
amen.
rocking a lot of Hey Dudes. That
Yeah.
makes complete sense. Whether I like it or not, it is on brand for his country persona. That makes sense. They would wear a Hey Dude.
Yeah.
But like a lot of those questions I have, like how much did they like give you a blank piece of paper, or you gave him an idea, or that'd be cool. Someday we're gonna have him on, and he's gonna answer all
Oh,
these
you know
questions.
what's extremely disappointing
Hmm.
that I just Googled? And this lines up totally with our podcast. Hey Dudes are owned by Crocs.
It answers so many questions.
Jelly Roll Crocs coming next.
Well, I'll be honest. I'd much more rather seen Jelly Roll in a Croc than a Hey Dude.
Amen. Yeah.
I don't know why that
100%.
is. What's the difference? But
I think Post Malone paved the way for that one. Right?
yeah,
I think that's where it's coming from.
Generally, I mean, I know that we're a broken record. I think you can probably go back to episode 5 and we could still be saying this, but
Hmm.
who came up with even just the name Hey Dude and was like, that's a good name for a
Amen.
shoe?
Oh, terrible.
I
Absolutely
mean,
terrible.
that's awful. I
Hmm.
mean, we're talking about them, so they've done something right because they have Jelly Roll as someone who's doing a shoe with them. So something has happened for them that has been correct. But just
Don't get me wrong. I know
horrible
that we
naming.
are a tiny, tiny pawn compared to Hey Dude, but it hurt my soul that Jelly Roll did this before our podcast.
Mm,
And I know we
Amen.
don't deserve that
Amen.
respect at all.
No, we do. We do. We've been at it longer than Hey Dude has, you know?
But it did
I don't
hurt
know
my
about
soul.
Come on, Hayes. Come
yeah,
on.
it
Come
hurts
on,
me.
Hayes.
It is a little bit of a jab.
Yeah.
Now, if Brandon Miller showed up in that, it'd be worse. Hey, go to this shoe next to it. Go to this. Go to these ones. I'd love to hear Dan talk about these guys. Check this out. Read this. Go
I
back
don't
up.
even know
Read.
what it is.
Yeah,
All
just
right,
read it.
Sneakers are in a weird place. But for Mikio Sakabe, founder of Grounds Official, weird has always been the norm. We wanted a brand that speaks within fashion without leaning too much on casual or luxury. Grounds embraces various tastes while holding its identity.
Check this out. We are in a derelict. This is like derelict my balls. I mean, it's derelict in everything, man. Look at this.
What is that? The Cankle too.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, we have to watch. You have to see this. This can't be real. Oh yeah, it is. It's very real. It looks like a. Oh wow! Look at those. Go back to the elephant looking one again.
Is that this one?
Go back to the elephant looking one. No. That one. No. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm getting bad weather, and I'm getting bad weather, and it's there. That guy.
Okay.
This looks like it would be worn by a really bad, underpaid circus midget.
I mean, I think it's felt. It's felt with like plastic beads under the heel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is something my dad made in
Hey.
Jam Films in 1990.
Yes, it does.
You
Hey,
gotta
do you
know to
guys,
know that one.
hey, real quick. Hey, I'm getting really bad weather and like it's really messing up my internet. So if I get cut off here, you guys are all frozen. Like I have no idea what's going on. It's really loud.
Deal.
Are you getting that, Mason?
No, I'm good.
Okay, there's a fierce thunderstorm warning right now. There you go. There.
Hmm.
It's located over Antioch. That makes a lot of sense.
There we go. Man, this one looks like
It's a
like
trash
a
pile heap.
Willy Wonka shoe that like you step on a piece of gum and it just like inflates your whole soul. And like there's shoelaces mixed in with the sole. Like you stepped on how?
If
Like
you
a
squint,
tumor.
if you squint, it looks like he's walking on a dead fish.
Yeah, I can see
I don't
that.
even I don't even know if you have to squint to see that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Eyes wide open.
This is. Mm, it's
I
got to
mean,
be one of the top
that's
5
like
worst shoes we've ever seen on this
that's
podcast.
gotta be
This is
like
worse than trash shoes.
that's gotta be like
It
if
is trash
Nike
shoes.
if Nike let Acronym do whatever they wanted on their shoe, like whatever, no holds bar. Hey, don't make this easy for the manufacturer. Don't make this easy for the factory workers. Don't make this like whatever you want to do, Acronym on this shoe, go after it.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a little piece
It's just
like
too good not to share,
the
guys.
St.
It's
Louis
just too good.
arch is over the toe.
Can you imagine how waterproof these things are just given the amount of sheer different materials that are on this shoe? I mean, this thing is invincible.
I mean, if this was under 250, this could replace the walking boot. Like,
It'd
I
be
feel
fun
like
to
you'd
see. It'd
be
be
pretty
it'd be
good.
funny to get like a Chick-fil-A worker, like get their hands on one of these and just have them walking around the
Oh, Chick-fil-A would
restaurante.
not allow that.
So now that we're seeing this, it's also become pretty clear. It could have been worse for Jelly Roll.
Amen.
Brown's official came to us and they offered a bag. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd probably turn them down.
I think you're right.
I think
I'd
this
have
is the
to.
exception. This is as far as I can. I cannot go this far for money.
I mean, it depends on how much it is. Let's be honest.
Hey, I want you to walk around. I want you to go to the mall in Cool Springs and walk around in the dead fish St. Louis Arch ones.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. What's your minimum? Like you have to wear these for the next year straight. You're on contract.
It's gonna be. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's $1 million. It's at least $1 million. It's way up there.
Wow.
I wouldn't. I mean, it's gonna have to be at least that much.
That is your reputation on the line.
Not even reputation. It's comfort. It's
You gain a few inches. You ever wanted to be like 6'4"?
yeah, but
How
can you
tall are
imagine
you?
how heavy those things are?
You build your calves, man.
It's jump soles. It's like walking around with the cinder block.
Look at like once you get to the top of the toe right here, it's like almost like perpendicular to the ground.
Hey, keep going through the. I'm sorry. Before the weather gets unmanageable, keep going. Oh my gosh, keep going.
That's one of the
Snow
worst.
boots.
Why is the toe?
Keep going. There's one that's not horrible. I mean, it is, but all right, keep going.
That looks like the ones you can get on Printify.
Yeah, it does. Kind of. Is that a roller skate under there? What is that under there? All right, keep going. Clydesdale ones. Go back to the Clydesdale ones. Check these out, Dan. I mean, it's like they cut the hooves off a horse and said, "Oh." All right, let's get out of here. Let's do something better. Something that's good. Oh, circus
right.
midget.
So, have you guys seen this? Kenny Lofton. Kenny Lofton Jr. is now wearing the Way of Wades, and he has his own commercial in China.
And he's a
I didn't
superstar in China.
Yeah, apparently.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I bet. I mean, he was not terrible in the NBA, but great move for him to go to China. To be honest,
Yeah, amen.
More like, I mean, he was what, 9th man on the Grizzlies? Like he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I bet he's just raking it in China, man.
Yeah.
Let me pass this.
It's interesting that Chinese
the crowd,
folk.
the people loved him in Memphis.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
I mean, he'd come off the bench, and it was like it would go nuts for him.
I mean,
But
he's
it
got his
turns
own
out-
logo.
Who would have ever guessed that Chinese folk love semi-overweight biracial basketball players?
No, never would have guessed.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
I mean, the logo is kind of dope.
Yeah, that's a
It's
good
better
logo.
than
Is
some
it?
that we've seen. It's
I
better than
mean-
some we've seen.
It is
I
something
think
better.
it- I-
This
I think
looks
it's
totally
better
like a
than-
Wade of Wade, though. Good grief! I mean, it screams Wade. The pointy toe, it looks like
Yeah.
the Jordan from 3 models ago. That which one was
Mhm.
that? You know which one I'm talking
I
about?
Like the 36 or 35? 35, I think.
35.
I wonder how much money Dwayne Wade is making off of his shoes, off of Wade Wade.
Well, it ain't in America. It's got to be in China.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
for
I
sure.
understand that. His taxes got to be complicated, but like, is he making money, or is it like
Oh, for sure.
he
He's
was making money and now it's like, steady income? You know,
I wonder, like, well, I think
they've just never
D'Angelo
made it to
Russell
us.
is a Way of Wade athlete, or he was.
Okay.
Who?
Jimmy Butler's leaning, so Wade's got to like have some facilitation between that agreement. I bet he's making money from that.
Is there any way to buy leanings in the US other than leaning.com?
It's a good question. Let's see.
Like, I've just never seen one in person, right?
You can get them on AliExpress.
Okay.
Wade Generation. So he's got multiple silhouettes. So he's got the Way of Wade line and then the Wade Generation Z.
Wade Generation, that looks like Team
Mm.
Jordan. Cheaper model.
Well,
No,
Wade
bad, bad.
Generation Z. The Wade that is Generation Z is very rainbow. So take what you will from that. Oh, Wade Flash. I mean, he's got a ton of sneakers. He's got his own. Oh, there's the Way of Wade deloading. This does not look like a basketball shoe, though. That's a lifestyle shoe, I think. So there's a lot of leaning Wades out there.
Hmm.
This is the
I like how that
shopping.
says linings. Go up and it's just talking about linings. Linings are interior coverings used to enhance.
Yeah, do I need to maybe put a space there? See what we can buy. Sheen. I mean, your product is not. Oh, I guess we lost Hayes, but Amazon. You can buy them on the slides on Amazon.
You just need to open the world of Way of Wade, it sounds like. And
Yeah.
leaning.
You can buy them on a TikTok shop. That lines up.
Those running shoes look like freaking hyper running shoes. Holy cow.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
I mean, you could
Man,
run a
doesn't this
5
look
minute
like
flat.
a Klay Thompson though? That looks
Yeah,
like an Anta shoe
identical.
right there. So I guess you can get them from Sheen, from AliExpress, anywhere you can get fake shoes. You can get leanings, the
Yeah.
real ones.
Sounds like I just need to broaden my horizon a little bit.
Yeah, look at those. Amazon. It's like Aaron Gordon would wear those. Yeah, that's about it. Flight Club. You can get these from Flight. Oh, that's not Way of Wade, but yeah, that's about it. Anywhere you think of that, oh, I can get a fake basketball jersey, you can probably get a Way of Wade there.
There you go.
There you
Just
go.
add it to your cart. Potential for free shipping.
It might not be enough money to get free shipping on.
Double check that.
Anyways. What else is worth it? We've got a bunch of 95s coming out for the 30th anniversary.
Yeah. I think they're
we've
going to
talked
push
about-
this hard.
Yeah, we've talked about Hayes and I have been. They've just not aged as well as people that grew up in the 90s wanted them to. Do you feel like that's fair?
100%. Because I mean, even when people are talking about Air Maxes who like know not a ton about shoes, but they're like, yeah, I'd like Air Max-esque. It's always like, what are the ones with that one air bubble on the back? It's like
Mhm.
the Air Max ones, and like, ah, yeah, 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 those ones. It's just it's just a clunkier. The 95 is just a clunkier shoe.
It is. It they don't help themselves with the stark white bottom or the stark black bottom.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's just
pretty
tough,
aggressive.
man.
It's
Yeah.
aggressive. I
I mean, this
love
is the
wearing a
iconic
pair of
colorway.
yeah. I love wearing a pair of the 95s, just like top view down, butter,
Mm,
crispy, love,
yes.
quite nice. But they are like a big, you're gaining an inch and you're feeling it just by the sheer weight of the shoe on your foot.
Yeah. It's it's hard to explain. It's like the epicenter of the dad shoe. Like, this is
Mm,
where it began,
hmm.
but, like, nobody's wearing it now that's in that same era.
That's
And
right.
so it's like, to be honest, I hated on it for a while, but I had some 95, 2012 remixes at the time that they came out. Um, but at the time that these came out in 95, these were I mean, people are wearing these for pure nostalgic purposes, and this was like a futuristic shoe.
Um,
And yeah, unfortunately, it just hasn't aged well.
yep, I agree.
I it's
It,
it's
it's just a harder a model to bring back too, you know?
Mhm.
It just doesn't feel like it has the same retro colorways that are like, ooh, that's gonna be a classic all the day
Right,
long. I mean,
right.
the one that you're showing right there, the neon, the black to gray, like great colorway, but in general, I mean, it's harder for a guy who's in his 30s and 40s to wear that every day. You know, you can get away with an Air Max
Exactly.
1 all the day long,
Yeah. But
but
well, yes. But if you I mean, given all that we've said so far, if I see somebody in some 95s, you're a sneaker OG to me,
respect,
right?
big respect, big
Like,
respect.
I'm
Yeah,
not able to rock them,
that's
but if
right.
I see somebody at work, I'm like, you've been in the
You
game. You've
you
been in the game
know
for a
what you're
while."
doing because you don't
Yep.
just pull out 95s and you're like, "Oh, I think I like these." No, no.
Mhm.
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes,
Agreed. Yeah, you have
100%.
instant credibility
Yes,
for those.
most definitely. Most definitely.
Oh,
It'll be
yeah.
interesting to see what they do for Air Max Day and if they lean on a
Mm.
95 silhouette, which would be disappointing. But then again, you never know. What if they mix it up and re-retro like I guess that was the 97 one. They won't do that. But
I think I don't know if it's for Air Max Day, which is, like, a week from today, right?
it's pretty close. It feels like there
3
should be
3/26?
some news on this.
Yeah, let's see. We're gonna go into overtime here, but yeah, they have teased, Air Max Big Bubble, or Air Max
Hmm.
95 Big Bubble, which it looks kinda weird in my opinion, but, Air Max Day 2025, we've got the DN8. That's very disappointing. If that's if that's what we're leading off with, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, that's like a Nocta shoe, right?
yeah, yeah, truly,
I mean, we're
very
drinking
Nocta.
Nocta at this point. I mean, why
Um,
even what are we doing here? I did see that they pulled up on the sneakers app today, Big Head Origins, but it's a Nike, it's an Air Max 1,
okay.
and it's talking something about 90s gaming culture and how these shoes are inspired by that. Um,
Oh, is that like the Donkey Kong ones?
yeah, very
Okay,
similar.
there's 2
Yes,
pair of them,
yes.
right?
There's only one that's pulled up on sneakers app right now, but maybe so.
Okay. I saw a second one that was, like, teal, but it had, like, the
Mm.
like, the same, swoosh shape
Mhm.
where it's, like,
Mhm.
almost digitalized. I don't know
Yep.
what the word is for that, but,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
So
also,
those are Air Max Day ones?
I am thinking so.
Okay.
Also, have I completely missed the boat on the A1 pink aura? Aja, AJ, Aja
Asia
Wilson?
Wilson. Yeah.
Asia, forgive me. Where did these come from?
That's her signature sneaker.
This is just like a rocket ship to the moon, is what it looks like. I mean, this is a missile. If I put this on my feet, I would be going through the grandstands. Overall, not a terrible looking shoe, but
It's
very
not.
pointed. Very pointed, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So,
It looks like a Nike Free to me. For
mm.
some reason, I get a Nike Free vibe.
Also, just
um,
speaking on Nike and Nike basketball in general, the I've had the opportunity recently to try on just some Jaw ones to be exact,
mhm.
and the toe box on those things, you could sink a ship with that. I mean, they're ginormous.
It's
And the
super.
Sabrinas as
Oh, sorry. Go
well.
ahead.
Well, the Sabrinas are the same way. Like, there's no maybe we need our toes to spread out so that we have better balance in life, but scrunch my toes in there so it doesn't look so dumb.
I think you got wide feet. I mean, the
Man,
Sabrinas fit perfectly on my foot.
they fit nice, but the top view, they're a little wider than I feel like in the toe box area than I like.
Okay. They're
You
wider
know?
than.
They're
Okay.
wider from a visual perspective, not
Yeah.
from like I put my foot in it, I'm like, "These feel great." But I'm like, I don't want my shoe to be as bulky from the top down though, because that's what I'm looking at all the time,
Yeah. I
you
feel you.
know?
I'm with you now. Yeah.
It's a
No, I
picky
agree.
comment.
Um, yeah, both built very similar.
Yes.
Both of those shoes, but the I tried the Jaw ones on because that was the one that I was going for
Mhm.
before I was picking basketball shoes. Um, but the padding around the ankle
Yeah.
was just real thick.
Yeah. That
Um,
thing is I mean, that thing is juicy. I don't know if he's looking to not get his Achilles snapped in half or
mhm.
what the problem is there, but I mean, you might as well add an extra inch on the backside if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing
No, you're
is
right.
that thing is honky tonk central, you know?
Yeah. So that's why I went with the Sabrinas. That's what I wear.
It's a
So
good call.
yeah. So yeah, that's I agree with everything you're saying there. Very very different, I feel like. We've talked extensively about the Jaws and Sabrina's being Kobe like. But yeah, the
Mhm.
toe box being wider is the stark difference.
Yeah.
From the side view, they look identical. Yeah,
Mhm.
from the top, Kobe's a lot more narrow than
Yeah.
those Sabrinas and Jaws.
100%.
Yeah. Well, hey man, we're 3 minutes over time right now. Um, there's some Stone Island New Balance, some Supreme Nike, but I think we'll save that for next week. We'll part with one last thing. Rooted. They've been open for about a month, but their official grand opening is this Saturday, March 22nd, 305 11th Avenue South. They'll kick it off with a celebration by DJ Nishu.
Yes.
I
Amen.
don't know who that is. Sorry. Maybe we'll have you on the pod to tell us how to say your name, but um, yeah, Nishu,
Mhm.
Neshu,
Yep.
nephew. I don't know.
My
But
nephew will
anyways,
be running the DJ stand.
their grand opening is from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. this Saturday. So go check that out. Their new store is really cool. I mean, it's really cool. I've gotten a chance to talk to Cole, or as this podcast knows him, Agent Paco, a couple times in there. Um, yeah,
You grabbing little cafe lattes at lunch?
I have not. So I've just started with the introduction of the second child,
Mm-hmm.
going through teething. We've had
Mm-hmm.
some troubles sleeping. So I've started at work getting some free espresso shots.
Yes, sir.
Haven't gone to the paid subscription yet. So
You're a wise
my
man.
first paid coffee will be at Rooted. You can
Yes, sir.
document that. But I've
Love
just
that.
been going in, exploring the store, seeing what they have to offer. I should do a walkthrough for the Instagrammers. But yeah, no, go check them out. The coffee shop is really cool. I mean, it is a really cool vibe in there. Go talk to Cole. I've never talked to Jamie, but he's always there. I've seen on my 75 hard walks, I've seen them doing tons of Gulch photo shoots, which is kind of funny just to see them in the wild. But yeah, go to Rooted, man. I feel like they need more advertising around the Gulch because you only see the coffee shop, but they need like something out there that says, "Hey, this is a sneaker shop." Like
Mm.
like
Mhm.
there's people who wear like casual, I don't know if they're sneakerheads, but they're rooted, they would still be in the Rooted market if they
Yes.
knew it was there.
Yeah.
And so I want something that says, "Hey, there's dope shoes in here." And they do have I mean, we're in a sneaker era of shoes sitting on the shelf. And so they've got cool stuff on the shelf. And so
What if
uh,
we can't actually do this, but great idea for next time is just Saturday grand opening. You and I, Hayes, Landon, all get out there. We can all grab one of the inflatable uh flaily arm people and
uh-huh.
then dress up like sneakers, put just sneakers on that thing with some arrows and we can board dance for the day,
Ooh,
just
like yeah, do
flipping
the arrow.
signs.
Yeah, flip
Hmm.
sign
Hmm.
flippers. Mm.
Yeah, I think we could
I
probably get
think
free coffee out of that.
I think we would deserve one.
Hmm.
I think
Agreed.
Landon said the root beer coffee was good. Sounds a
Oh,
little sketchy to me. Sounds
sounds
like
sus to me, as the kids say. It's a little sussy.
pretty sugary, but I think it would be a hilarious bit if we tossed some signs for Rooted. I don't know if they would like it. I get the vibe
Yeah,
that
I
they
don't
wouldn't,
know. Yeah, I
but I
don't
think
think that's
Cole would
really.
think it's funny, but I don't think anybody else would.
Yeah, that may not be their demographic. The car wash
Right.
demographic is probably not the demographic they're looking for.
Discount mattress firm.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, there's a dollar store over here with some shoes in it.
Additional sets by Grayson Mercury. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, anyways. So
Movie
I'm
character.
gonna look, next week we'll get Cole on the pod. Maybe I'll go on Friday and just interview Cole for the grand opening and we'll get some thoughts or some advertisement on here. So check out the Instagram on Friday. We'll talk to him then. Dan, any more than sneakers moments?
I'm gonna try to make this quick because I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, me too.
My sister sent us a family photo of them on a trip recently, and she just so happened to show her shoes in that picture. And I immediately zoomed in on those kicks and started verbally harassing her via text message and
I
said,
thought you
"You're
were gonna
better
say
than
heat.
this. You're better than this. You can do better than this. Please do better than this. I know you can afford other shoes."
Are those
And
Allbirds?
they're they're Kizik's so that she can slip
Ooh.
them on their slip-on shoes. And
Who is it? Say their name.
the person that is wearing these, Sarah's wearing these. And I said,
Oh.
I know you can afford something that's not these. And I will desperately be pleading with her. She sent me another selfie with her today in them. She said, looking fine on this spring day, same pair of shoes.
Mm.
So that's my more than sneakers moment is trying to convert a long lost sheep who needs a home back in the fold of shepherdom. And I told her the comfort, the convenience that you get from being able to slip on your shoes is not worth the style that you lose
Mhm.
out in the streets.
Out in the streets.
So
I'm glad you could bring the gospel of sneakers
yeah,
to
so
that
it's
person.
it's it's not a typical more than sneakers moment, but
Mhm.
it is. Yeah. I sent her a picture. I said, Sarah, I beg of you, please get new shoes, please, in all caps. She said, I will have you know they're Kaziks. They're slip-ons, but they are gross from the mud from kids. And I said, we've got to do better. I know you and Michael can afford real shoes. She said, you're cracking me up. And I said, no, it's not the mud that is concerning. The general style, the whole look, everything about them is bad.
Dan, I'm glad you're able to stand up to I don't know what the word is. It's not adversity. It is a form of adversity, but
Mm-hmm.
when you're able to confront darkness when you see it, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
family is who you need. They need you the most. Um,
Everyone
so
needs the gospel. So we
everybody
shall
needs to go.
continue preaching.
Yeah, we can't have any just Allbird lookalikes.
That's right.
Allbirds
That's
are
right.
bad enough, but
That's
if you
right.
get fake Allbirds,
Yeah. Even
that's a tough
worse.
one. That's a
Even
tough one.
worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
with that, I mean, we'll end this the right way and just say we thank you all for listening to the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. Remember, we've got a Printify store. We've got one shirt up on Amazon right now. It's our Still Drippin' Golf Tee shirt, available for, I think Hayes said it was $23, free shipping. So it's our
Mm.
cheapest shirt that we have. We'll get some more merch up on Amazon soon. It's very limited in their quality. So just keep that in mind. But we'll lower the price, get a cheap shirt out there. Dan, we're gonna expand our golf line.
I
So
like that.
we want full golf apparel out here
I like
on the
that.
Still Drippin' line. So
I'm down.
with that, this is episode 211 for Hayes Holla, who had to drop off because of the storm, and Dan King making a wonderful appearance. Thanks for carrying the show, Dan. This is Mason, your host. We love you all, and we will see you next week. Dan, if you want to wrap out, feel free.
Amen, brothers and sisters. Spread the good news.
We love you all. Peace.